Today we are looking at a Brazilian inside forward with incredible mentals for his age, with a potential range of up to 170. Fasten your seatbelts, viewers, it's another Wonderkid spotlight. He's got the top goal scorer, the highest average rating and the most assists. I mean, there's not many players who do that. £16 million profit in just 6 seasons. It is a bargain, but what a player. I want to thank everybody for joining the campaign of YouTube Justice for Omega Luke recently and continuing to hit that comment section. I'm feeling like we should set a like target for this video especially. 500 likes. It's a small number and you've smashed it plenty of times before, but do it and I'll run around my street naked. I mean, you won't see it, but as I said, we are heading to Brazil for a 16-year-old inside forward. Here he is. His name is Savio Atletico Mineiro under 20s is where you'll find him. And to be honest, a lot of these attributes that you're seeing here are fixed, so they'll be exactly the same on yours, especially that determination and that Flair of 15, which obviously people really like for these forward roles. Like I mentioned, he's 16 years old. He has the value of 65k, but it will cost you slightly more than that. I have managed to whittle it down to £7.5 million, and to be honest, a little bit extras. But to be honest, I think that's an absolute bargain. Considering he has a £55 million release clause for foreign clubs, it is a bargain. Now, the downside to this man only being 16 years of age is, one, he's not a man, so I need to stop calling him that until he is slightly older. But two, the rules say that he cannot leave Brazil until he is 16. But we will move him in this simulation when he is 16 and for 3 years for that. You know how these work by now. But behind the scenes, he has some really good hidden attributes as well. He has an ambition of 13, a professionalism of 12, and his consistency is 11. They're all fixed as well, like his determination. The two attributes which kind of make a difference to his development. One is this injury proneness, that's random, so on mine he might be injury prone, on yours he might not be. And two is important matches. Who really knows what counts towards an important match, but that's also a random attribute as well. If it's high, then great. If it isn't, I don't know how many games that really affects in a season. Now, like I mentioned before, you know how this works. We're going to move three years into the future at a certain club before we move him on again and again into the future at 3 different clubs at 3 different stages of his career. But let me just remind you before we take a look at the first section that we do have a whole playlist of all of these Wonderkid spotlights, around about 50 now, throughout FM21, which you can find a link down in the description or at the end of the video. Also down in the description, twitch.tv/MegaLukeGaming, should you wish to watch some Youth to Gold. If you need to catch up on that, the second channel, that link's down there too. And even Patreon. I mean, I don't plug it that much, but there is a Patreon should you wish to have early access to videos. You might have seen this video about 5 or 6 days before it was due to come out. That's down there as well. $4 tier, early access to videos. Now, 3 years into the future, we have moved into Lazio 2023, and Savio is already doing some business here because he has the highest average rating and the most assists, and he is only 19 years of age. Let's take a look at him. Yes. Huge progression already. I think we can agree this is huge progression already from what we've seen previously at the last page we've seen him. Some really good physical attributes here, a few 15s, even an 18 and a 16 for pace, but the mental attributes is what really baffles me, and this is why I think this guy is light years ahead of his age, because for a 19-year-old, he has 50 anticipation, composure, and off the ball. I mean, that's all fantastic already, but his determination's risen by 2, and his flair is 16, and even his vision of 17. And if we do consider that vision, move across to the technicals, he has passing of 13, but his dribbling, fast touch, and free kick taking all in the green. We have a few 13s as well to complement it around it. This guy's already a fantastic player. So let's take a look at his progress before we take a look at how he's actually doing. Now, a lot of these where you can see 2s and 3s, that's all great, but there's even a couple of 4s and a 5 there for decision making. So there's a lot going on in his mental attributes as a natural progression, as we can see in this chart. Now, history. This is where we take a look at his statistics and how he's been getting on. Does he have many goal contributions? Well, you can see he does. He does have a lot of goal contributions because 16 goals and 15 assists this season alone, with 10 player of the matches, is his highest other than his average rating, which was the season before. score, 7.39. So he's been very consistently in the double figures of both goals and assists since his when he was 16 years old, moving to Italy and performing at one of the highest levels in the world. So that's all great. Now, his milestones. What has he achieved since he has been here? Has he managed to pick anything up? Yes, he has, viewers. It's not really surprising. I mean, he's been the next gen runner-up here, but he has won the Ballon d'Or for under 21s this season. So that's a fantastic award straight away. And he has even won the European Golden Boy this season as well. Quite an established amount of players around him, I think you'd agree. Now, 3 years later, we have moved into Germany, and at Bayern Munich, and he is dominating the Bundesliga already. 22 points, that is, that they have won the league by, an astonishing amount, to be honest. And Savio, I mean, he's got the top goal scorer, the highest average rating, and the most assists. I mean, there's not many players who do that, to be honest, so that's great. Well done for him. And we haven't actually touched his current ability at this point yet. This is still just natural growth. We still haven't touched it, and this is almost at his maximum peak. I think it might even be his maximum peak of 170. But what a player. I think you'd agree. So, physical attributes, they're great. 17s, 16s, all fantastic, all what we need him to be. Even his strength is double figures now, so that's great on that wing. His mental attributes, though, again, we've just got to be so happy with his mental attributes. His vision's now 18. We can see some more 16s in anticipation. Still the 15s of composure and decisions, and even off the ball now of 15. What a player. We've given some really good player traits as well. Knocks ball past opponents, gets into opposition's area, shoots with power, likes ball played to his feet, beats man repeatedly, was already there. But let's take, I mean, the reason why we've done this is because his technical attributes. He has great technique. He has fantastic dribbling and first touch to complement that agility that he has. And he's now valued at £68 million. So the fact that you paid less than £8 million to begin with, £60 million profit in just 6 seasons here at Bayern Munich if we were to buy him at the start of the game. If we take a look at his history, though, he is performing very well. His first season, he obviously had a bad injury, but that's fine. He still played 19 games and still got 8 goals across that. Across the whole season, he played 39 games in total, 21 goals and 10 assists. Still not bad at all, is it, really? Now, the second season, 18 goals, 6 assists, got better, but this final season that we can see here is where he really came into his own. He has the highest average rating of this simulation so far, 15 goals, 17 assists and 8 player of the matches for 7.46. His actual average rating for across the whole season is 7.63, so that's the highest that we have seen so far, and that's because in the cup, I mean, he had an 8.7 as his average rating in the cup, so they must have just obliterated some teams in that cup. Now, if we take a look at competitions, the Champions League, Bayern Munich won it in 2023-24, so that's great. Let's take a look and see who they beat. Oh, they actually, oh, okay, so they beat Dortmund in the final after extra time, 5-3 at Wembley. I mean, that's hell of a game. Again, he scored 5 goals. Let's just say he scored all 5 of those goals because narrative viewers. The second season, he obviously missed the final then because they lost 2-0. So, I mean, this simulation is really writing itself, to be honest. And remember, if you're enjoying this, 500 likes, I'm running around my street naked. The Bundesliga was only won this season, with Dortmund winning it the 2 seasons before, so at least he's managed to get his hands on that. And finally, the DFB Pokal, they won it in their first season with Savio at the club. Dortmund have won it the last 2 seasons. Now, we don't normally look at his development progress since moving to another club, but it only has a couple of ones and stuff here. We know that's more because we can see that it's a lot more than this. It might actually, I know it was 10 on finish and now it's 12. Although it says 1, what it basically is, viewers, is it's not a whole attribute more. So that's only 1 whole attribute. It's probably like a 1.8 more of an attribute, which is why a lot of these only saying 1. However, they're probably higher than what we seen the last one. So in case you're ever wondering, when you go on this page and the development doesn't look like as much as what it should, that's probably the reason why. We know that a lot of these attributes are higher than the previous one, but the game only sees it as 1 full attribute. That's why it puts there. But still, a gradual progression across his 3 years at Bayern Munich without us even touching his current ability. This is where, though, we touch his current ability. We move him on one more time. Who are we going to? Well, to answer my own question, we are going to France, Luke. We're going to PSG, and Savio here has another friend now, Erling Haaland, who has 38 goals this season. Not a high amount, but it doesn't matter because PSG, I was going to say Bayern then, but he left them already. He's now at PSG. And PSG, they've actually won the league by 13 points. Savio has the highest average rating and the most assists. What I haven't shown yet is the tactic we are using him in. This is the tactic we have been using him in the last 3 seasons. It is an RDF tactic, as the inside forward on attack role for all 3 of the different stages of his career, because it's probably his favoured role, and to be honest, we just wanted to see him in this role. He is left-footed, he just suits the inside forward on that role. We haven't really found a winger role which has worked really well and suited this left-hand side, because although he would play a winger role really well, you can see all the highlighted attributes here, he would play it really well. He's just better suited here, in my opinion. I mean, those long shots now are up to 14, because he is now at his maximum, like we mentioned before. He is now at 170. He is one of the best wingers in the world. £84 million is what he's worth at the age of 25. History then. This is where he has had the most fun in his career, viewers, in France at PSG. £100 million is what we transferred him with. 30 goals, 23 assists, 16 player of the matches in his first season just in the league. 8.04 average rating. He scored 44 in total that season with 34 assists. It's crazy. The second season he still managed to keep that up because just 3 goals less. 27 goals, 23 games. And this season was his worst one. 25 goals and 14 assists. He's slacking, really. He's only got 7 player of the matches. That's a shame. He's got players like Mbappe and Erling Haaland around him, and we're saying that this is poor. That shows how good this player really is. Competition-wise, though, he's finally won the Champions League again. I say finally, like he's been doing it all the time. I mean, PSG stopped him from winning it a second time. He's won it back-to-back this time round. Real Madrid was the opposition in the final this time round, and he scored the equaliser. Let's take a look at this goal then, because I'm kind of curious. We don't usually get to see this happening. In the final itself, he got a 7.3. Haaland got an 8.5 because he scored 2. Let's take a look. I mean, he's played out onto the left-hand side. He's playing this top right then. Wondering whether it's a cross, maybe? It is cross. There he is. He meets it with a header coming in late. Savio, I'm proud of him. So we actually take a look at the statistics here of Paris Saint-Germain. Savio, who was substituted in the 76th minute, he got 1 clear-cut, is that clear-cut chances created? 1 there, and he got 3 key passes into the game as well as his goal there. So he's had a fantastic game, to be honest, and obviously Real Madrid losing 4-1 here. Savio played a huge part in that game, so fair play to him. And he actually had the most assists as well across the Champions League campaign with 7. Erling Haaland getting the most goals, so what a nice little partnership they've created. Well, it's time for some awards then, because he has obviously won something. Just what is it? So the Ballon d'Or. He's done it. We'll just go straight to it, to be honest. He won the Ballon d'Or. This last season, he won it. Obviously, in December, there'll be another one, whether he'll win that one as well. But Erling Haaland was his teammate there. He won it with 60 games, 38 goals, 30 assists across the whole calendar year. The season before, he was also runner-up. What about the season before that? He wasn't runner-up there, but Alexander Isak is not really a name that you usually see win the Ballon d'Or, but he has won it 3 times at his time at Dortmund, and Savio finished 2nd place there. So he has had a fantastic time here in France. And I think that's where we will leave this simulation, viewers. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, smash the like button if you can. Keep the comments coming for the campaign of YouTube Justice for Omega Luke. It's really helping me get it back into that YouTube algorithm slowly but surely. I'll be just completely transparent with you, viewers, all right? My graph section tells me that before the hijacking, I used to get pushed to a lot of new people, as well as you regulars who are already subscribed, and you better be already subscribed anyway. But if you're not, it used to get pushed to a lot of new people. Now it's not so much. So I'm basically relying on the people who already watch my content to watch it first, so that YouTube will then go, right, okay, the people who usually watch these videos are enjoying watching these videos. We'll push it to a wider audience. That's how kind of the YouTube algorithm works. That's my understanding. Showing your support, watching as many of these videos to the very end as you possibly can. That will help me in the YouTube algorithm, and it will help YouTube push my videos out to brand new people, and we can grow, and I can try and achieve 20,000 subscribers by my birthday in July. So I hope you enjoy this one. Check out the playlist below if you haven't done so already, if there's one that you've missed, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Bye-bye.